Hi guys, firstly I want to let everyone know that this is a multiplayer review as I haven't played any of the other game modes as of yet, but if you'd like to see more let me know in the comments below. First off, the game is great. The community seems very happy with the changes that they've made since the beta. The game has had massive numbers on Steam, which is the only place we can track it. As of making this video, the peak today was 656,000 players, which is massive. That's second just behind Counter-Strike 2. I'm going to do this video in sections, so positive will be first and then there's a few negatives at the end. First of all, the optimization is great, which seems to be rare in modern games. There's lots of content, guns are all great, they're all balanced. I feel like any gun is viable. The open classes hasn't hurt the experience like most people, including myself, expected it to. I don't really see myself ever playing the closed classes. I just feel like you can't really tell the difference on open and closed, which that speaks to the balance of the game. I found the vehicle balance to be very good in terms of how strong the vehicles are and how easy they are to destroy. The game is very reminiscent of old school Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4. If you enjoy those games, you won't be able to put this one down. It's great. Time to Kill seems to line up perfectly with those old games. The skins are grounded and fit the theme of the game, which a lot of people had worries with. With EA being bought out from a Dubai company, let's just hope it stays that way. The class system is now perfectly balanced compared to the beta. The assault ladder was a perfect addition to the game. The repair tool is now there by default, like in previous games for the engineer. Tank mines are massive at destroying vehicles. You can no longer equip 2 RPGs. The defib is more balanced now that you have to request to revive to make your bleed out time longer, which I think is a great change. I've seen plenty of people painting targets with recon, even more than in previous games, which I think is great. I've flown helicopters out of spawn to be painted instantly. They've lowered the glint on the snipers from the beta so it's less blinding. I think the new challenge system is perfect for players who love FPS games for the grind. You can unlock various class skins, weapons and even gadgets in the challenge system. The badges and dog tag systems also back. These are simple but a fun way to earn more things to customize your character profile. The maps are great, in my opinion. They're a good mix of massive and smaller infantry-style maps that will cater to all types of fans of the franchise. A lot of people were worried about the maps, but I haven't seen too many people complain after the full game's release. In addition to the maps at launch, EA confirmed that there will be more big maps coming to the game in the future, starting with Season 1. Now into the negatives. I've only got a small amount of negatives, so expect this part of the video to be a bit smaller. None of them really hurt my gameplay experience. I've come across a few small bugs which I'm sure will be ironed out pretty quickly. The worst bug I've had was the score staying the same all game. Eventually the game ended as a draw. This was the most frustrating out of all the bugs I've encountered, as I didn't know if it was my score that was bugged or the whole lobbies. I sent a message into the chat to ask what the score was and no one replied. Then eventually it just ended as a draw. During this game, if you captured flags, it didn't show you the progress of the flag. Then when the game ended as a draw, I realized it was bugged for the whole lobby, not just me. I've ran into some other smaller bugs like my player randomly launching into the air off certain terrains, but that's not very often, and if anything it just makes you laugh. A typical Battlefield style bug that almost adds to the enjoyment of the game. Another one that I found to be frustrating a few times now is my gun has stopped firing during gunfights. This one doesn't happen all the time, but it's happened enough for it to frustrate me. I'd also like to see a Little Bird style chopper be added to the game, and also, which EA has said is coming, is boats. I feel the game is really missing these two things to add to the gameplay variety. Now on to destruction. While the destruction in the game is great, I'd like to see a more Battlefield 4 style destruction in upcoming maps. Levolution was great for the feeling of scale, and this game would benefit massively with a few maps that had similar mechanics. Attachments also need to be unlocked faster. It was about 300 kills to unlock all attachments for a gun in Battlefield 4. Now in this game, it's apparently around 1400. This is way too much for most people. Now to counter that, most guns feel good with just a few attachments, but I'd like to see the leveling sped up. I feel like throwables should not be locked to certain classes. I feel this is a bit unbalanced, especially for things like smoke only being on the support class. There's a reason gadgets exist and are class locked. It just doesn't make sense to have throwables being different for different classes. Lastly on the negatives, it's the settings menu. It needs a massive overhaul. It's way too convoluted. There's what feels like hundreds of settings, which don't get me wrong could be a good thing, but it's just way too all over the place. Just look at the settings on the screen here. Now my overall opinion is that the game is great, and I'd recommend it to all old Battlefield players and people who have never played the franchise before. The multiplayer is fun with a mix of slow pace and fast paced gameplay, with all the chaos you'd expect to see from Battlefield. The game is addicting and you don't want to put it down once you started playing. Alright, that's all I've got for today. Enjoy the rest of the gameplay on screen. I finished out on top and overall it was a great game. Bye.
to hit that objective!
We have neutralized Charlie. Attention, we are attempting to capture Bravo. Our objective is under threat. Defend the position.
Be advised, hostile now hold more objectives.
Got orders to secure that objective!
All right, Delta has been secured. Our attack on Echo is in progress. Enemies are attacking objective Charlie. Our troops have secured more objectives. Mission is proceeding as planned. Good work. All right, we have initiated our attack.
Our troops have lost objective Charlie. Move to attack the marked objective.
We have initiated our attack on Echo. The enemy now control more objectives.
Let's move! I owe you one!
Our troops are attacking Charlie.
Fuck!
We're on target to win the fight. Keep attacking on all fronts.
Is under hostile attack.
Break off! Find cover!
We are targeting Charlie.
We now hold more objectives. Secure our defenses.
Fuck! Medic!
Our forces have neutralized Bravo.
Fuck! Medic! Cheers! Thank you!